Kelowna is on fire. As we are preparing for the farmers market, disaster strikes. A devastating forest fire surrounds Kelowna and destroys people's homes and businesses, our forests and our wildlife. This is the story of our experience.
I'm nervous about our ability to have a successful market this week. Nellie, our employee, is sick. She needs to take the week off. So everything is up to me. There's no help. We're in the middle of a heat wave, a pretty major one. We're, getting over 100 every day. And the smoke is so bad that it's basically hazardous for me to spend any time at all outside. So this combo adds up to just not a good mix when it comes to being able to make it to the market.
What do you got going on in here?
I got a lot of mess. I've been hoarding flowers in here and not necessarily cleaning it up as an excuse to come hang out in one of the only air-conditioned rooms on our entire property. It's a lot more pleasant in here than it is outside. Heat waves really complicate, the workflow for us on the farm. It basically turns all the daytime hours into hours that are too hot to be harvesting anything at all. So we then need to condense all of our work into nocturnal nighttime hours. Without having Nellie here to help me, it limits the number of hours that are available in the day to get the work done. It's gonna be a struggle to get everything harvested that we're gonna need for the weekend. It's 7 o'clock now. One thing that is pretty forgiving is status. This is like one of the few things that I can pick in normal summer heat, and with it being 7 o'clock, it's starting to cool down a bit. And it also has such great base life that, harvesting it a day ahead of when I normally harvest flowers isn't gonna affect anything. This pile here, all of this status that's on the ground, this has been on the ground for a week out of water, right? And it still looks perfect. It still looks great. You wouldn't know that this is almost completely dried. One extra day isn't gonna have any negative effects to the bouquets.
Do you want to be in the video?
Dusty just wants to be in here. This is the only room with air conditioning, so Dusty comes in here every chance he can get. But before we go outside, I gotta put on my essential safety gear, this mask, because even a minute outside is too much. It's so nasty out there. It burns my eyeballs. Wearing the N95 masks helps a lot. Makes it so I can do an hour or two without dying, but it's pretty gross out there today.
Gotta cut yourself some space.
I love the apricot status. It's so beautiful. It's the perfect color. Dusty's being a helper.
Oh yeah, much help.
Just don't help like you did with the Lysianthus, biting all the flower heads off. Moral support is accepted, but not harvesting. Oh look. Rudbeckia everywhere. So Rudbeckia in my status patch. No Rudbeckia. Must stay contained. This is how you deadhead when you're a flower farmer. Right?
Yeah.
Tack the plant down. like super nasty out there. I'm like checking the app and it's like in the mid 200s, and like the next town over is in the mid 300s, which is like crazy. Pretty unpleasant. I wear a mask as soon as it hits 150. At 150 with a mask comfortably, I can work all day, but mid 200s, you know, I've been out there for 2 hours, and even with the mask, I'm starting to get the headache. My eyes are burning. It's just nasty. You know, we've been really lucky so far. We usually get like a month of bad smoke weather, but it really, really impacts what we can do on the farm. There's no point sacrificing our health to get weeds done or something like that. What about you, Ian? How are you feeling about this smoke? I know you've been inside for most of the day.
Yeah, you know, the smoke is like, it can be really mentally challenging, but it adds up over time. Being halfway through August already, it sucks that it's here, but I was worried that it was going to be here like the middle of July. Every day that the smoke is here, it just feels like, you know, the walls are closing in on you.
Claustrophobic.
You're like, oh, I'll just go outside and I'll do all this stuff. I don't care about the smoke. And then you get out there and it just makes you feel so bad. And you're like, oh yeah, I can't actually do anything outside. So you go back inside, and then, you know, if the smoke clears in a few days, then that's fine. But if it's like you're stuck inside for like weeks at a time, which has happened, it's really depressing.
You know, we're so incredibly lucky to have this space, you know, to have all this room where we can still work on things even when there's smoke. You know, one of the ways that I'll deal with really bad smoke weather is I won't strip any leaves. Tomorrow, harvesting zinnias, I might harvest them outside, just get an armful, come inside, strip the leaves, just as a way to get out of the smoke. At least the heat wave is gonna be ending. Tomorrow, still super, super hot, but Friday is gonna be cooling down, and by Saturday, it's gonna be nice and pleasant for the market. So you might only have smoke, not heat and smoke.
Hopefully.
Even the cats hate the smoke. The cats, they went outside this morning and then they all came back in about an hour later. Like, no, it sucks out there.
Yeah, normally they're out all day.
Yeah. Bo's like, I'll hang out in the outbuilding with you and I'll hang out inside the house, but no smoke, please. Oh, okay. Would you like to come in?
It's like, no,
Yeah.
I would not. So what are you up to tonight?
So I need to take advantage. You know, I got some of the status done. That's good. But I'm gonna run out of nighttime hours. I can do more status tomorrow during the day, but I'm thinking marigolds and lysianthus. You know, if I can get at least some of that done, that'll make it so I don't stay up till 3 a.m. harvesting Thursday night and then have to get up early to make bouquets with rocks.
It's almost midnight.
Yeah, so maybe I'm staying up till 3 a.m. today.
Yeah.
Sleeping in tomorrow.
I'm on kids duty, so I gotta get to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but this won't get done unless someone does it. So off to work I go. This fire is getting really scary. I've never seen them do this. They've actually sent out an emergency alert, probably to everyone in the Okanagan, because there's so many people that they're currently evacuating that they can't just go door to door and tell everyone. We know for sure that there's houses lost already. I have faith in everyone in the Okanagan knowing the routine and respecting how scary fire is, because, you know, we've all been touched by fire before this point, but it's it's going to be a scary night. I just found out that the fire has jumped the lake. Another neighborhood of our area is currently on fire. It's really sad to think how much loss is going to happen tonight. Fire on this side of the lake is currently out of control. It would be pretty difficult for it to get to where we are, though it's pretty difficult for the fire to jump a lake the size of our lake. So everyone's doing what we're probably doing, which is, getting together what you need to go. Ian's double checking the vehicles. I need to go and make sure that all the cats are inside the house, because if we do need to get out of here, we won't have time to get a cat who doesn't want to come. We all need to be prepared, but it's really heartbreaking to think of what everyone's dealing with. Some people who, the fire came so quickly that they're stranded in the lake. Boats are needing to rescue them. It's really sad. And, this isn't the first or the last time that our community is going to have to deal with this.
Hey, so I'm setting up a sprinkler perimeter around the house and the outbuilding, just in case any of those embers come. Fire already jumped across the lake, and then where it jumped to is a band of forest that runs along the lake. Kind of ends over in that area or so, not right next to us, but in the general vicinity. So right now, when you think about it, there's going to be a lot of people who lose their homes tonight, and that's sad. And there could be people that lose their homes tomorrow and then the next day. Like, this is just the start of what's going to be a really bad, bit of time here. I'm trying to just keep focused on what we need to do, but definitely thinking about, all the people's lives who are going to be affected by this fire, and, people fighting it and stuff.
We found the cats, at least. So, check. We're not seeing any embers falling. There's lots of ash. It smells real intense out here. I need to wear a mask over my mask. Doing this should keep us safe for the night. Just cross our fingers that everyone else can stay safe too.
Scavenging hoses. Setting up sprinklers over on this backside here. This side of the outbuilding hasn't seen a drop of water in months. It wouldn't take much to get a fire started over here, so just giving it a little soak to give it, a bit of protection against the embers.
We have these shipping containers which are fireproof, but the dangers of a farm like us is that, all this agricultural plastic, like a stack of pots or landscape fabric or greenhouse plastic, they're all highly flammable items. We have a lot of fire risks, but if we can clear it away from the buildings, just protects things a little bit.
I already crammed this one full of tarps and all this other plastic stuff.
All the good for burning.
It's all stuff that if, embers landed on it, it could potentially, be the starting point of a fire. So that's the type of stuff we want to get, away, right?
All these dead plants, which is also known as fuel when you're dealing with fires.
I've been cursing the fact that my lawnmower's been in the shop for
2 months now.
2 months now.
We prioritize staying on top of mowing down the weeds specifically for fire safety. There just hasn't been fires in the area, and what are you supposed to do when the lawnmower breaks and the repair shop takes all summer to fix it. Oh, I didn't even know it did that. More random plastic.
All plastic must go inside. What I worry about with the house, though, is that cedar hedge and then those tall trees that are next to our house. I worry about them candling and then burning next to the house and then setting the side of the house on fire. I've always seen that as a way for fire to get to the house.
I know. What are you crying about? Ian's gone to bed now. I was just out bumping the water one more time, trying to cover all the space. There's a second fire on our side of the lake that's a lot closer to our house and is burning out of control. You know, there's no evacuations in our immediate area yet, but the wind is blowing it towards our area, so I might stay up, keep an eye on everything. We're more ready. We found all the cat gear. We have all of our important paperwork packed into a bag, ready to go. So even if the fire does head this way, we have a plan in place. Just need to get some rest.
Well, last night the fires jumped over the lake in a bunch of spots, and you know, we've got ash falling all over our property right now, and one of the fires is actually pretty close now. We're not sure if we're going to get evacuated today, but you can actually see flames here. I'm not sure if the camera can pick them up. Just on that hill over there, there's open flames that we can see. There's a helicopter flying around it, dumping water. But we're just kind of like on emergency duty today. We're just going around filling buckets. We get a spot fire, we want to have buckets of water everywhere so that we can put it out. You know, we're kind of surrounded by orchards. That's an orchard, you know, that's an orchard. So we're not so worried about the fire coming through the orchard to us. It's irrigated, doesn't burn super easy, but we are worried about, you know, a fire like that putting ember down somewhere on our property, because we are vulnerable in other spots. You know, we've got like a big dead cedar hedge over here, we got a big dead cedar hedge over there. So right now, you know, we've just got sprinklers going everywhere. We're just trying to get stuff packed in case we need to evacuate. The evacuations are super close right now to where we're living. You know, they're attacking that fire pretty hard right now, so hopefully they can control it. You know, the one that's across the lake is just massive, and it's supposed to be windy again today. They can't even really fight it, so you know, there'll probably be more of these spot fires coming across. Here comes Serina. She was just up on the roof watering. Hey.
It's getting close.
Yeah, you can see the flames now.
It's reassuring to see the helicopters going, because if the winds are too high, then the helicopters can't fight it. You know, and we've been kind of waiting all night for the planes and helicopters to be able to get back out with daytime. If conditions stay good, they can get all the fires under control, you know, and then all the ground crews can go back to putting out all the spot fires. But there's currently 4 fires, you know,
in our little vicinity,
in our area. So it's not a bad idea for us to get out of here.
Okay, well, we're officially on evacuation alert now, so I'm going to get back to focusing on getting the truck all packed, because we might be leaving any moment.
We're going.
Well, as you can see, we are going to evacuate. We decided to take both vehicles. So Serina's taking the kids and the kittens first. I'm gonna stay back and do a little bit more packing, bring some more stuff with the truck so that if we're gone for a while, you know, we don't have to worry about coming back to get the important stuff. I got the boys all loaded up. So I'm gonna be rolling here soon. Serina's already at her mom's house. I've been doing stuff around the house for a little while. Behind me, just down the road, there seems to be a staging point for the fire department. You know, they're attacking this side, our side of the hill, pretty hard with fire retardant and helicopters dropping water. Hopefully they manage to get this front of the fire under control and we're safe. My concern isn't the fire, because there's no way a fire is coming through that orchard. My concern is that, you know, something hot comes and lands on our property and starts a spot fire, which is, you know, how those fires started. Those fires started because embers blew across from the other side of the lake. We're supposed to get some windy days this weekend, so, you know, this is just the start. This is just the start of this disaster. Her parents live in the middle of Kelowna, so, you know, they're nowhere close to anything that's gonna really burn like crazy. But we've seen videos of it. There's lots of people who lost homes last night. There's probably homes that are burning right now. Here, check this out. We're getting all of this like ash stuff that's just blowing in, and it's like that just blew in. The fires are so powerful that they're just like kicking all of this crazy large, you know, debris up into the air, and then they just drop it. Yesterday the smoke was going right over our property. Just as I'm walking here, just everywhere, it's just ash. Look at this. These are everywhere. Right? And look at where it's landing. Look at all this status we had. It's gonna be a fun weekend. I got one last thing to do. I'm gonna go up on the roof of the outbuilding here and I'm gonna set up a sprinkler there, but first I gotta find my big tall ladder. Wish I knew what it was. All right, that's it. I gotta leave now. Nothing left for me to do. That's pretty weird. Well, I just got here. There's a chorus of very sad cats in the back there. They're very sad. And, you know, I gotta admit, you know, this morning I've just been go, 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 nonstop. And so I'm not even really thinking about, you know, everything. I'm not really listening to the news. And then sitting down here and driving over. It's just hard. You know, it's our community, right? What's going on? Where are you? Smokey, come on out and explore. He's like, no. I live in the room now. Where are you? You spent almost your entire life at the farm. You didn't know that elsewhere exists other than the vet. What's over here?
I don't know.
Ah! There's a little cub in there. A little bear cub.
What?
Oh my gosh. What is this place?
I got the bear cub.
You got the bear cub? Oh, the cave has collapsed. Geez, make yourself comfortable there, Kaya, why don't you? It's Saturday now. In the end, the farmers market ended up getting canceled. We were originally debating whether we were going to go or not before it got super serious. The market tried to stay open, but it was just too much chaos in the city to do that. I'm going to go back to Serina's parents, in a little bit, but I'm just here checking on the house. The winds are going away from us, but that means that they're going towards another part of Kelowna, right? I brought all the cats back since the alert is done. Our in-laws are literally staging their house for sale. And so we show up, the two of us in our farm clothes, 2 dirty farm kids and 5 cats into their house that's like immaculate right now. Serina's parents were super gracious though. They had no issues at all with us being there. But we wanted to get the cats back as soon as possible. And we'll probably come back here tomorrow, assuming that everything keeps charting like it is. We may have to leave again. It's not like we're completely out of the woods, but a lot of the fuel that's close to us has burnt on that side. There's still a bunch that way. Since I've come home and brought these cats, I've probably been just cleaning the house for an hour and a half or so. The cats have all been completely quiet. They're all just sleeping away their little trauma experience. Hi, Smokey. Are you glad you're back? Are you glad to be back? Oh, it's nice to be home, isn't it? And what do we have down here? Little floor nugget. What about you? I don't know where Kaya is. He probably turned himself into goo and then molded himself into some weird corner because he doesn't seem to have bones inside of him. But, as you can see, they're all, sleeping quietly.
The mouth.
No filming.
That's what I am here.
We survived. And now there's some mopping to do. But luckily, our outbuilding is made out of plywood and cement. So this isn't the first or the last time we need to not worry very much about any sort of damage caused by flooding. Because I may or may not have accidentally made water messes inside the building before.
But
that no one ever even knew about. But time to turn on the dehumidifier.
yeah. Okay. Well,
It'll be good for the fires.
yeah. It's
Right?
what we need. It's just we haven't gotten rain in so long that
Yeah.
the ground is hydrophobic.
Yeah.
And
And then our entire driveway drains to the front door of the outbuilding. But it's pretty shocking for our sand pit to ever get overwhelmed with water.
it does feel nice to be able to breathe the air, though.
Well, it smells smoky now because it's wet smoke.
Guess what's inside of my boots?
I'm guessing water and mud.
Guess what? It's that and more.
Oh, it's more water and mud.
Yes. Say why see? I hear that.
I can hear it. I can hear the
Squish,
squishing.
squish. Well, it's not there yet. The doorway puddle.
Oh no, you guys are playing in the doorway puddle.
Why see?
Uh,
Let me show you what song we sing. Daddy, you ready? Ready for round 2.
yeah. So let's go get you guys in the shower.
No.
Inside. The rain is coming back.
And 2. Need to fortify the defenses.
Okay, well, why don't you go take the kids and give them a shower, and I'll dig this trench some more. This rain that we're getting is the remnants of Hurricane Hillary, so there might be more rain than we're used to for a summer storm. Normally it barely gets wet when it rains in the summer here, but this could have some actual moisture behind it, so I think I might be digging a ditch for a little while here, because, look at this. It's already filled back up. We live in a sand pit, so it drains really fast, and we hardly ever have to worry about rain. So we're not really, necessarily prepared for large amounts of moisture. In the end, the fire burned over 13,000 hectares and destroyed around 200 buildings. Luckily, nobody lost their life to this tragedy, and we would like to thank all the emergency responders and firefighters who risked their lives to help our community. Without their efforts, this disaster would have been even more destructive. If you would like to donate to charities that will help those affected by the fire, we've included links in the description.